Creek Week. Welcome.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Creek
Twilight
this week.
Zone.
No, it's not the Twilight Zone. We will be talking about Twilight Zone-y stuff here
It's
today on
zone.
the Creek This Week, a publication of Allen Creek Community Church. Our job, our mission is to take spiritual but not religious people and turn them into fully devoted followers of Christ. So to do that, we're going to have to kind of grapple with where people are at. Did you guys see the news that came out recently of this high-ranking Air Force official who said, yep, I got credible evidence, there are UFOs, there are aliens.
Finally,
The government knows it.
Finally,
They've been hiding it.
out in the open.
Did you guys see
It
this?
has been, I'm just so thankful for this.
Yeah, right?
It's finally out there.
Yeah,
What was
because nobody's been talking about this
Oh,
for
yeah, right.
75 years.
No, I know, right?
Listen, man.
but
it
no,
is a
this is like
high-ranking,
first high-ranking, credible.
First one ever.
Credible
Credible.
official.
What- have
what
you
blows
seen-
me away is that if you listen to the interview, I listened to the original interview, and it was like, someone needs to tell this guy that he's just told us the plot line to Independence Day 4. So it was literally aliens have come. They have crash landed several vehicles. The United States is in possession of 12 of them. They also have the corpses of the occupants, the pilots of those vehicles.
What's
It was like,
confusing-
this literally is the plot line to Independence Day 4.
Yeah, is
like,
Jeff Goldblum
it-
trying to get the
yeah,
president's
exactly.
attention?
Is he going to get a...
What's
Yeah.
really confusing to me is like, are they just 16-year-old aliens? Like,
Yeah, that's
all
right,
right,
yeah.
let's all get together.
Hey.
That Earth is kind of crazy. I'm gonna go down to Earth.
Joyriding.
Oh man, Dad's gonna find out about my spaceship.
Exactly.
You
Joyriding in Dad's spaceship, crash it because they had one too many beers.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds
okay,
about right.
well, so the serious thing here is that, it's an awfully big universe. They're finding more and more planets all the time. And the idea is just sheer one of odds. Are we going to find eventually a life-permitting planet? And if there is such a thing as another life-permitting planet, could it be that there's sentient life on that planet, and could they have come? Now, there's a question in there, and probably there's an objection there against Christianity. So how do you guys read that? What is the objection? If aliens exist, therefore Christianity cannot be true. What is that argument?
Honestly, I don't know. I think if I had to try to put myself in that role, I've never held that.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was a Christian, it was irrelevant, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I would guess it has something to do with the human-centric language of Scripture.
Yeah.
Of the human.
It's all about
species.
humans.
Yeah.
So if there's aliens, it can't all be about humans.
Right, and
Yeah.
I guess I don't see that. There's nothing that I see in Scripture that would exclude other species someplace or other humans.
Yeah. Right. Like another sentient race of which God has dreams and plans and goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure honestly. Rick? Do you know? I mean, it was a rhetorical question.
I absolutely think that that's probably the argument, that it's the human centricness of the Bible that would seem to be refuted if we had actual evidence of another alien race. I think probably I was going to say, I think the other one is the creation story would seem to be nullified.
Yeah, that was
Is that what you're going to say? Okay.
I was just gonna go there. Like, I think that's where it would kind of rubber meets the road a bit. It's like, well, God created them in His image, and so if there was another human race that was created in His image, why was it?
Right.
Like, I think that's where you would kind of find some clashing. Is just the
Right.
Genesis narrative, and understanding that. Okay, does God not have one chosen people? Does He not have one chosen creation?
Right.
And one thinker who was open to it was C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure, he wrote a trilogy, a sci-fi trilogy, based on the premise that there were other sentient beings who had a relationship with God.
Yeah.
Elsewhere.
That's right. And he imagined them unfallen as well, so that the idea that a sentient race had to fall is not necessary on Lewis's view. And then he just plays with that idea in Paralandra and Out of the Silent Planet. And I think that to the big question of are we alone in the universe, the Christian has always had the answer to that question is no. And then it goes all the way back as long as there's been biblical religion because of our belief in angels, right?
Yeah.
Aren't angels another sentient race that God has created?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that it's maybe slightly controversial to say it like this, but angels are also made in the image of God if by the image of God, we mean, with freedom, a moral sense, and an eternal nature, right?
Like not how they look, but their characteristics.
Exactly, right? So if they have those same characteristics, then we know for a fact, based on the revelation of Jesus, that this community are aliens, right? I mean, what else are they? They're aliens. It's just that they're a non-corporeal. They're not little green men flying around in spaceships. Now, it brings up another interesting question if they ever visited us. Dan, you recommended this book to me. Do you remember reading The Sparrow?
Yes, I do.
By Mary Dorrier. And do you remember what the response was of, in this fictional future, they find there's another planet. It's kind of like a contact scenario where they find pulses of electromagnetic activity that indicate high culture, and then they set about to travel there. And the first group that gets there is the Roman Catholic Church. Do you remember, Dan, the response that the writer puts in the mouth of the leaders of the Catholic Church when they find out that there's another alien race?
More children of God, I believe.
Yes, right? Something like that.
Look,
God
there are
has other children.
God has other
We
children.
must know them.
We must know them.
That's something like that. God has made other children. We must know them.
Yeah.
So that is a fantastic sentiment, I think. And then if you read the sequel, there might even be opportunity for mission.
Right.
It would be an interesting question, right? To say, do you know the God of the universe? And it turns out in this particular bit of fiction, they have a religious structure, this sentient race, and eventually, and this is maybe human arrogance in this particular book, the humans bring culture, morality. We tame them. Basically, is the end of that story. So
what's interesting that you just said, and I think it speaks to this controversy, is that a lot of Christians don't think they can believe in aliens because, well, it speaks against all these things, right?
Right.
But then it also is like, well, I can't believe that there's these people out there going to try to take over the world. It's like we always picture aliens being like Independence Day.
Yeah,
or like
right.
We always picture them being, what was it? We talked about this. The movie from the 90s.
Are you talking about Independence Day?
No, the one in Arizona.
Oh yeah. Fire
in the Sky or something.
Fire in the Sky. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
but like we always picture like
I got abducted. And it was
a awful,
harrowing experience. Yes.
But the idea that it could be an evangelistic opportunity is interesting too. It's like Christians think, well, we obviously can't believe in this, but there's nowhere in Scripture that says we can't or we shouldn't.
Right, exactly. Then it raises all sorts of complicated questions about our eschatology. That's a fancy word that means, Dan?
The end of things.
Yes, the study of the last thing. So how does the discovery of aliens in the universe relate to
Revelation?
Revelation, where Jesus was very clear that God was going to conclude history. Does he conclude it for the earth, but not for the rest of the universe? These are all sorts of open questions. But anyhow, I don't think that the mere idea of the existence of extraterrestrial races doesn't have to disturb our Christian sensibilities, and it raises all sorts of interesting questions about our mission in the world right now.
So we can say here at Allen Creek Community Church that the truth is out there.
The truth is out there, and I'm very hopeful they have lightsabers.
Does Alex even understand that reference?
The truth is out there? Yeah, I get you.
He gets that reference?
I get that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm the one
right.
that introduced us like that.
To not Close Encounters. What am I talking
X-Files.
about? The X-Files.
I meant to.
All right, everybody.
Can't believe I work here with these
Until
guys.
next time, it'll be me and these aliens.
Wait. Question. Do you think you can break into Area 51?
Absolutely. I just need some of Dan's ingenuity.
Dan, you think you could break into Area 51?
100%.
100% can
Put on
happen.
the-
Watch it on Instagram Reels.
Put in my little
it's
green
gonna
man
happen.
suit.
I'm gonna watch from far distance.
They've got 12 stolen spaceships there, man. Now it's time to break in for
Oh
sure.
my gosh. We're gonna sign off now. Creek Week out.